There are more than 1,000 franchise brands currently operating in Australia. And guess what? All of them were once somebody's pipe dream. Have you ever wondered how a simple idea becomes a successful, functioning franchise business? Well, today we're going to find out just that. I'm Ep15 and you're watching The Franchise Show. There's a lot of determination that goes into starting a new business, let alone expanding the business through a franchise model. Coming up next, we're going to hear from some budding entrepreneurs who are busy turning their business dreams into reality. You're watching The Franchise Show.
No one likes going to a tyre shop, spending a couple of hours waiting for tyres to be done. When we can come to them, they can still be doing what they want. They can be going to the beach, we can be changing their tyres while they're going for a surf. We can be changing their tyres while they're having a coffee with a mate. So it's all these things, so they don't have to change their life because they need to get a tyre fitted. We do it for them, we come to them. We started asking our friends what they thought about the idea, and then they sort of said that was a great idea because everyone's time poor. We looked at it and basically we thought, yes, it would be franchise, and we found that it was definitely a better fit for a franchise than actually employing someone to run it for you. So we ran running 3 vans in Newcastle there. We learned a lot from that, so we can actually then pass that knowledge that we've learned and who to target and what's the best sort of customer base for them. So we've sort of developed all that, and now we can sort of help our franchisees to pass that information on to them to get them being able to run theirs successfully.
I wanted something a little bit different. The mobile tyre business is still relatively new in Australia, so the concept was exciting. So yeah, it was again something that could grow, something that I could get stuck into. The good thing is with the franchisors, with Karen and Rod, it's good because we can throw things either way. I can throw a problem at them or a solution, and I think we work together quite well. It's a completely new industry for me, which is always a little bit daunting, but the training was really good. And again, the guys are on the other end of a phone, so it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. The good thing about the mobile type of business we've got is anybody and everybody's a customer. Fleet customers, your general mum and dads with a couple of cars at home. We also do roadside stuff. So again, with it being a mobile franchise, you're not sat in a shop waiting for people to come to you. So that really appeals to people. So you tend to find once people know that there's a system out there or a mobile service out there, they'll call you and they'll use you again over and over again.
Franchising a business can seem like a license to print money, but establishing a successful franchise calls for considerable groundwork. You need to have built up a successful brand, preferably operating more than one location, to be sure the systems and procedures work across multiple sites. You also need to develop training manual programs and a marketing strategy, and engage a good solicitor to draft a franchise agreement. Now, Australia has some of the toughest franchising laws in the world, so there's no room for error on the legal front. And as tempting as it can be to select the first franchisees that apply, it pays to be picky. According to the Franchising Council of Australia, it can take around 8 years before your franchise system becomes profitable. So it's not a path to instant riches. If you think you've got a winning idea, take a look at the Franchise Council website for more details on what's involved. Stay with us. Coming up, we learn from some franchise brands who have made the leap from startup to success. You're watching The Franchise Show. The face of fast food is rapidly changing as we balance being aware of what goes in our bodies with our fast-paced lifestyle. Now, new food franchise Soul Origin aims to take advantage of this need for wholesome food on the go, saying they're all about healthy fast food.
It's fast, it's fresh, it's nutritious. Soul Origin is taking the country by storm by bringing mindfulness to fast food. I'm here to find out how they've done it. So Chris, tell us about Soul Origin.
As you can see, this is Soul Origin. We're one of the youngest QSR brands in the market and one of the fastest growing at the same time. I came on board 3.5 years ago when we had 3 stores, and today we opened our 61st store.
Congratulations. Talk me through that process of why you decided to go with a franchising model.
Franchising is probably the most efficient business model in the economy at the moment. People with a vested interest in the business, behind the counter, driving the business hard, day in, day out, engaging with their customers, engaging with their staff. This allows for efficiencies that corporate-owned outlets just can't achieve.
So did you pilot the model before you went into franchising? And talk me through that process.
The founders of the business had this idea. They found a site in the CBD of Sydney, which wasn't a great location, and thought, if we can make this work here, we can make it work anywhere. They took the site, and after 18 months of proof of concept, that's when they opened their second store. So it was really important to them to be able to show to the people that they know and love that the model worked before asking them to invest their money in them for the future success of the business.
How important are the people?
Any business relies on people. Without good people, without people that are looking to drive and grow themselves, a franchise will fail.
So the senior management team, what sets them apart from other brands?
We're all retailers. We're not corporate guys. We've worked on that side of the counter most of our lives. So retail is in our blood, and every decision that we make is based on retail knowledge, not from a textbook and not from sitting in an office. We know it, we get it, and we've lived it.
In being able to develop the business skills and mindsets of your people, what is the ultimate goal for your franchise partners?
Better lifestyle. And what we say by better lifestyle, helping their staff, helping their family, giving them time to enjoy their lives, but also to give them something that they're going to enjoy being part of and building every day. We believe we have given them the tools and the economic model that can lead them to success. It's up to the individual to grab those tools and really drive their business and grow their business.
If you could describe Soul Origin's culture of people, how would you do that?
We are a diverse bunch. We all look to help each other, and that's one of the core beliefs that we look for. Family and ability to care. Without that care and without that family, the brand can't grow, and if we can't help each other to grow, then we are nothing. We're just a bunch of individuals standing under one brand. But I truly believe that Soul Origin is a family, and anyone that comes in feels that from day one.
Hi, I'm Marco.
And I'm Annie, and we're the franchise owners here at Pizza Catersburg, Gary.
Franchisees come with such an enormous support and already built business systems, as well as customer bases if they're not brand new. But even with brand new ones, you would get a customer base there. The marketing, the back-end marketing, the brand names. Yeah, obviously, you can choose high quality, low quality, but we chose a high quality gourmet brand. And really, the training systems that are in place to keep the people going, which is a fundamental cost in a business of this sort of nature, was very important, high quality. We needed that sort of stuff because I still run a full-time consulting business in the city. So this is sort of like a part-time business where the profits go all the way to Africa. So when we went to Zimbabwe in 2010, we met this Australian guy that runs an orphanage there. And I looked at ways in which how can the first world country provide input and funds into the third world country.
There it's a 90% unemployment rate, babies are abandoned constantly, so it's a totally different system, no welfare, no dole, nothing to support these people. By giving them a home and by giving them a future, you know that you're making a huge difference in those kids' lives.
So I wanted to support this babies orphanage, and we looked at businesses that would be highly processed, that we could pretty much generate a profit and send across there. We came back to Australia and thought, well, how do we start a business? How do we start a genuine income stream that we can provide to them on a continuous basis so that they're not always reliant on the handouts, which can come very sporadically and cause a lot of cash flow issues within their planning process, etc. So that's where we started looking at franchises, because they definitely come with very, very highly processed systems and business systems in place. I like the buzz. It's exciting when things are going, especially on a Friday night that can really go crazy. When it's into the red, Obviously, nobody likes that, but I don't mind being able to bring it back into the green and make sure that our customers are being served. So it's really interacting both with the staff and with our customers. That's what I love about it. It's like, it's Italian, you know, it's like we connect. You've got to connect with the people, with the pizza, you enjoy it.
We love our franchise heroes, especially when they're as passionate as that pair. Now, we've got plenty more business insights and franchising stories coming up on The Franchise Show. Done right, franchising can be a great way to achieve rapid business growth for any startup. Now, not only does your business expand, but you've got dedicated franchisees with some skin in the game taking ownership of their local franchise. It sounds like a great plan, but it can actually be a complex and time-consuming process to get a business ready to be franchised. So how do you do it? Well, let's find out.
That's right, Effie. For anyone with a standalone business, the opportunity to expand without the day-to-day hassle of opening each and every store can sometimes sound too good to be true. To help us turn that dream into reality, I'm going to chat to an expert who's worked with dozens of small businesses to help transition them into franchising.
Franchising can be simple, but not necessarily easy. Most people make franchising hard work, and it is hard work. It's a bit of pain, and it seems complicated. But if you approach it in the right way and you gather the right experts to help you along that journey and you embrace the right areas, the right aspects of your business, then it can be really successful.
Brian, you've been a franchisee, a franchisor and founded an international franchise consultancy. You help people to franchise their business. What's it about franchising that has you so hooked?
What I found was the camaraderie. Straight away, everybody was there to help you. They'd phone you up, how you going, Brian? And we'd share ideas and thoughts and look for new product. So it's a whole sense of community, which being in business on my own before, I'd never had. Somebody to ring you and give you some encouragement and give you a pat on the back. And we ran competitions and that sort of thing. And I suppose what I found was we were able to very quickly negotiate amazing buying power, getting products a fraction of what we used to pay. So our margins became really, really good.
And why do you think people generally franchise their business?
That's a really good question because I find fundamentally, a lot of people say, I'm looking to make more money, I'm looking to grow my business, but the truth is underneath that, the people who are really successful in franchising are doing it because they've got a passion to grow their business. They want to see their idea cultivated. It's like having a young child and want to nurture it through school and university. They want to see just how big it can go. What happens is they then get the ability to leverage as they grow and be able to delegate the sort of work they've been doing day to day so they can actually have a life and build on the big picture. And that's really where franchising is equal to no other. There's no other approaches as far as a business method.
And what makes a business franchisable?
I suppose the key is it must be pretty straightforward. It must be simple, or you can simplify it. It needs also to have a number of other key elements. It needs to be profitable. Seems like it can go without saying, but often when you franchise a business, it becomes quite significantly more profitable than when it's run as a one-man operation because of scale. It also needs to be a business where you can clearly identify what the product is, who your avatar or customers are. So you can clearly identify in the market who you're projecting your business to. You need to know there is demand, and you need to as well understand that there are prospective franchisees, other people who are going to want to become involved in this coffee shop, in this lawn mowing business, whatever it might be.
What do you think are the biggest challenges to people looking to franchise their business?
It's in the eye of the beholder because it depends on the type of business and the person and their perception, but essentially for most businesses it's systemising or recognising the systems they've got and documenting it. So that's critically important. And then you go through to legals. The legals are critically important, and the point I'll stress there is please don't do your legals until you've almost completed the whole exercise, because the odds are you won't get them right because you don't know what you need. And then the most important overarching aspect that defines the success of your business is your recruiting, knowing who you want and making sure you only recruit the people who really are suitable.
What do you think is the most important thing to getting franchising right?
Simplify the business. That's the essential first step. simplify the business so it's down to its simplest common denominator. And then it's your why. What is it? Why is it you're really doing what you do? It's not the product we're talking about. It's not the manufacturing. It's the reason you're doing. What's your really big picture? What's the impact you want to make? The change you want to make to society, to the world?
And what would be your advice to anyone looking to franchise their business?
Yeah, I think they should go and research online. There's a lot of websites, there's lots of information. Have a look at that, read what's available. Franchise Simply has an extensive website with lots of videos and podcasts. And for the period of this show, we're actually making our new book, How Do I Franchise My Business Simply, available for free.
Thank you so much for your time today, Brian. Your tips to franchising a business have been excellent.
Oh, thank you. It's been my privilege. I've really enjoyed it, Sarah.
The world of franchising is full of fun characters, and you'll meet one next on The Franchise Show.
Australia's franchising sector is very well established. 60% of our franchise brands have been operating for more than 10 years. That being said, research shows that around half of the brands started franchising since the year 2000. And based on current trends, we will see some 200 new brands enter the market by 2020. Of the franchise brands that are in operation today, only 42% began franchising straight away or within their first year of operation, with most brands piloting their concept for at least 2 years before franchising it.
Missed an episode? Catch up on all our stories on the website, thefranchiseshow.com.au.
G'day, I'm David Murray.
I'm Julie Murray.
And we're the franchisees for the past 20 years at Donny King Griffin Plaza. And this is our second store, Donny King Griffin Central, and it's been open just on 10 years.
We had been looking around for a business, and we had looked in the main street, and we had looked at donuts, and we couldn't see how we were going to do that on our own. So the shopping centre was being built, and we were lucky enough to be awarded the franchise, and yeah, it all started then.
Well, we come from a family farming background. We used to be rice farmers, rice, wheat, sheep, and so my grandfather came here in the 1920s, so was my father and myself and my brother. So we all were rice farming. We decided to get out of rice farming for a brief time, and the opportunity of coming into a business took our fancy, with the idea of only being here for 3 or 4 years, then going back to farming. But 20 years later, we're still here. I still haven't got that plot of dirt, but who knows about the future. With Donny King, they actually had a master franchisor, Chris Vincent and his wife, based in Sydney. And so we'd go, and that was our primary contact for Donut King. And Chris and his wife would come out here. It was very social for us. We'd go to the wineries. They like the wineries here. Griffith has a lot of wineries. And we'd talk business, and it was really a family feeling towards Donny King at that time. So yeah, we really enjoy that social contact. It's got a lot more professional. Certainly Retail Food Group, Donny King have spent a lot of money in setting up business development managers, sales and marketing managers, franchise care councils. So yeah, they've tried to do a lot more electronically. Advertising has changed a lot with social media, but still the grassroots of franchising really is still your community, getting involved with your community, and interacting with that. Yes, you need the support of the National Office for advertising and marketing reasons and having buying power, but really it's the grassroots of the local community that still is the constant. We looked at a couple seriously. We looked at one of the bakery chains as well, had interviews with them. Donny King was, for 2 reasons for us. It was one that was probably more recognised by the community. So it was a recognisable brand. A lot of people didn't have a lot of experience with other than when they went away for holidays. And so we found that was going to be a good fit for this community. It also meant that it was a business that Julie and I could work together in. The bakery, we could have learned how to become a baker, but if you ever wanted to sell, we'd have to find somebody who had skills in that area. Whereas with Retail Food Group, or Donny King at the time, anyone could learn how to make donuts and coffees with a bit of training. So for us, the progress into that business was much easier than going into, say, a bakery franchise. We sponsor groups, we employ local people, we are local people, to me, it's just a stepping stone of getting into a business that succeeds. Nobody wants a business that fails.
Obviously, we have to get the donuts ready, and so someone is up early, decorating donuts, setting up the shop. We have customers coming in early to get coffees, so that's their routine. They come in, have a chat with us as they go on their way for the day, and that's really important for us. They come to us, we know what they want. It makes their day start in a nice, bright way and friendly way. And from there, our staff will often look after our shop. We may be in the shop, but we may not. But we trust our staff, they've been trained. They enjoy being in the shop as well, and they enjoy making it a wonderful experience.
And that's been the most enjoyable part of the business, really, is the customers, especially the ones that come back all the time. It's not just a matter of serving a coffee and a donut. You get to know them and you chat, and you're part of their lives as well. Yeah, so that's probably the most enjoyable part of the business, I think, yeah.
We've heard from some incredible franchisers today, all brought to life by a great idea, passionate people and a lot of hard work. Tune in next week when we give you more great franchising stories and business advice. Thanks for joining us on The Franchise Show. I'm Effie Zahos.